Hello, my name is Lori Rutkiewicz, and I'm an ENJO consultant in Burlington, Ontario. I'm also a biochemist, and the number one question I get when speaking to my colleagues about ENJO is how good of a job does it do at cleaning bacteria? So I figured since I have the resources, why not do an experiment? This is what happens when you let biochemists become ENJO consultants. So to help me do my experiment, I have a few things set up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few foods like yogurt that would maybe contain some bacteria on this cutting board. And then I'm going to clean it with different methods. The bottom part I'll clean with ENJO, the middle part I'll clean with vinegar, and then the top part I won't clean at all. And that'll be a good positive control. I also have these plates. These are what we use to grow bacteria, but to also contain them. Bacteria like to grow on these, and I can see whether or not I've been successful in getting rid of them. And of course, I've got my ENJO mitt here. This is mine. It's been well loved in my kitchen. So this is what I'll use to clean and see how well we can get the bacteria off the cutting board. So let's get started. Take some yogurt. Yogurt we know has bacterial cultures in it. And I'm just going to spread that across the cutting board as well. Alright, so our next order of business is to start cleaning. I've got a microfiber cloth here that I bought at the grocery store, and I put some vinegar on it. I haven't even diluted the vinegar, so I'm just using straight vinegar. And I'm going to clean the middle portion here of my cutting board. And there it is, coming off. Nice thing about the yogurt is we can actually see that white film start to disappear. There you go, give it a good few rubs and scrubs. And now for the last section, I'll take my ENJO glove that I've wet with cold water, and I'm going to clean the ENJO portion here in our nice circular motions. You can see the vinegar coming off, or not the vinegar, the yogurt coming off. Just like that. And then of course, we always dry behind. Bacteria don't actually need very much to grow, so if you leave your surfaces wet, chances are that the bacteria are going to grow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my sterile swabs. I'm going to swab the ENJO portion, like that. Not a lot of liquid coming off here. Take a tube. And cut the tip into the tube. I sterilized my scissors with ethanol to make sure that I wasn't going to introduce any bacteria that way. And I'm going to add all the liquid at the same time, so I'm just going to label this ENJO so I know what's in which tube. Alright, moving on. It's time to do the vinegar. Positive control. So you can actually still see the yogurt and nasties still on there. And then it's always a good idea to have a negative control as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my sterile Q-tips and a sterile tube. I'm just going to wave them around in the air a little bit and talk over them, kind of like I've been doing. And then I'm going to treat it exactly the same way that I've treated the rest of the samples. So now that that's all done, I'm going to move the cutting board out of the way. And then I'm going to stop talking because I'm going to speed up the camera while I do the rest of these manipulations. I'm going to add some of this liquid. This is the same medium as what's used to make these plates, only just in a liquid form. And I'm going to add that to each of the tubes. And then that will help me release the bacteria from the swabs. And then I'll put it on the different plates. And then I'll use these sterile toothpicks in order to spread it out so that instead of seeing just one big glob of bacteria, we can see if we can spread them out around the plate. So this will be the fastest I've ever worked. plates done, so they can sit off to the side, and we'll see if some bacteria grows. The other thing that I get asked about is, does the mitt really do a good job of holding on to the bacteria? So what I'm going to do is, this is my mitt that I use to clean the bacteria. You can still see some of the yogurt stuck on it. This is a clean cutting board. So I'm going to take the mitt and I'm going to wipe it across one half of the cutting board, like that. There we go. And if any of the bacteria has transferred onto that cutting board, we should see it show up. Now I am going to dry it still, because I always dry after. So now I'll swab both sides of this cutting board and we'll see if any bacteria got transferred from the glove. All of our swabs are done and the plates are streaked. I'm going to clear a space here for them on the counter and take some pictures over the next few days, see if we can see some bacterial colonies actually grow over time. And that's about it. I'll show you the results when it's all done. So here you can see our positive control. This is the part of the cutting board that wasn't cleaned at all. You can see all this white bacteria that's grown on the plate. We can compare that now to our negative control, which went through the process but didn't actually have anything swabbed on it. And there's a few colonies that showed up just from that process. Now, if we look at our cleaning methods, you can see that the vinegar sample that was cleaned with a grocery store microfiber got quite a bit of bacteria off the cutting board, but there was still quite a bit that remained. And now if we look at the ENJO sample, which was cleaned with the ENJO green mitt and just water, there's only a few colonies that are showing up, very much like our negative control. So the ENJO has done a wonderful job of cleaning the bacteria off the cutting board.